Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Six Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, giving out live replays for today's card. And on today's show, up picks from the bowl games. So we have two bowl games and a playoff game, Alabama and Oklahoma.
How many bowl games?
Oh, two bowl games.
Oh, you said playoff.
Well, three, I guess.
Three, I guess. Well, two bowl games and one playoff game. Right. That's how it rolls today. This will be at a home site for Oklahoma. So looking forward to that. NBA comes in with a 5-game card. A lot of mid-major from college hoops. We'll sprinkle in some conference games in there. And we have a few on the ice as well. So folks will ask if you just give us a like, a thumbs up. We greatly appreciate that. It really helps us build up our audience when you do that. So let's meet the cappers, get right to business. We'll get right to the picks as we don't mess around here on the Tony Six Morning Show. We'll say hello to Alessandro. Alessandro, what's going on?
Nothing much. A lot of volume I put in yesterday, a 50-50 day. I'm just ready to get back into it here. A little bit more plays as well today. I like this weekend slate we got, so ready to get into it.
Very good. All right, what's going on? Again, I guess you woke up. The mood depends on what side you were on that Seahawks Ram game. Of course, based on the line move, you should have won no matter what. You took the right number.
Not really. You more than likely got hooked is what happened.
Rams +2.
That is
cash last night.
It was, I think, my 8th hook of the year. That's been brutal. I can't remember being hooked that many times ever in any season I've ever done. So, but the trend continues. Yeah, it is what it is. This is the quirkiest NFL year ever. I mean, coaches are doing dumb moves, the carol kicking when it doesn't matter, just because they didn't try to let the guy stay in bounds, which I would have done the same thing too. It's like, oh, you ain't gonna let him roll out of bounds? Okay, F you. Here, I'll just kick it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's been a wild season. College ball's pretty good so far. One thing I like so far about the bowl games, I don't know how long it'll last, is most players are playing. So that's actually so far been enjoyable. Hopefully that trend continues, or at least there's a higher percentage of players still caring enough about their school and their season and their teammates that they'll continue to play. So I think we got some good games today too. Yeah,
not many opt-outs. Maybe these players we're seeing here are they're not. We don't have the really good bowl games yet. So maybe these guys didn't have any deals for them, so they had no choice but to play. So we'll see how that rolls.
Yeah, well. I mean, what do you mean? If you're
the Old Dominion game had both quarterbacks out. Brown was out.
Last night we got the over there in the Xbox Bowl. Video game numbers, as I was trying to say, it actually was a sweat.
It was
doing the math when you watch these totals, man. Watching the game when you're on a total, you're constantly doing math in your head, and the math wasn't mathing like all night long until the fourth quarter. So
math in your head,
we snuck over.
Yeah, those end zone mistakes, man, will just drive you nuts if you have overs, man.
But these mid-major kids, the good ones are they've already been recruited here. So the illegal things still consider, right? They're just not letting them know. If they have an agent or something, they're getting recruited long before they get these games, or even they know where they're playing in a bowl. So the fact that we're not seeing a lot of these kids gone that have had good season in mid-majors and probably get picked up by a Power 4 conference is amazing. So it's coming.
Yeah, and Nebraska took it in the shorts. Raiola, their quarterback, right? Oh, this was going to be the great guy, right? He just hit the transfer portal. So these guys, someone like that has a deal. So the Drinkowitz was upset too because they were poaching. They poached his quarterback away there as well.
He's the Wikipedia model. Not going to play in the NFL, but can be a good college player somewhere that they'll give somebody else like Beck over at Miami. That dude ain't going to the NFL. Like a Pavia,
right?
Who?
Pavia. That dude make a lot of money.
No, he's different. He might.
At his size. Oh, did you see his size?
Yeah. Beck's different story. He ain't going pro. You mean the guy from? I'm sorry, I got Vanderbilt. Yeah, he says he wants to play for the Raiders. He's got no shot. They'll destroy him in the NFL. He's got zero shot.
I think the Vegas nightlife will destroy him as well, but. Yeah, that's neither here nor there.
That's always a huge factor.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So he's got the CFL body.
Exactly.
But I don't know if he has the discipline to stay in the CFL. That's
Dude, you can't run like that in the NFL. Yeah. Go ask Dart how that's working out for him. And my buddy's a big Dart fan. I told him this at the beginning. I said he better learn to run in the NFL, or he ain't gonna be there very long.
Did you say Tarkenton back in the day? Is that who you're talking about? Tarkenton?
Tarkenton didn't get hit. Yeah, they all need to watch some Tarkenton film.
Tarkenton, man. Tarkenton was this dude ran around, did silhouettes, and he had bad passing numbers. Well, he was lucky because he wouldn't have him and Bradshaw wouldn't last because they got off to such slow starts in their career, and then developed over time. That was
one of the first guys to go over 50,000 yards. What are you talking about?
I was about to say, when Tarkenton retired, he was leading all quarterbacks in passing and rushing yards.
Yeah, because he played for a long time. But in his early years, a lot of these guys early on had some rough numbers.
No, look, Branko Harris, classic guy, not athletic in any way, but was an expert at not getting hit. He'd step out of bounds. He knew how to glance off hits. Never had any major injury. There's a lot of guys that make a career out of that. You got this, but they're just too big now, man. They're just way too big.
They had more patience back then with the young guys. That's what they did. That's why they were able to stay in the year as long as they did. We got Andrew talking about some of these old Minnesota Vikings, Stu Voice, the Chuck Formans back when they used to play at the old Met Stadium, play outdoor football there in Minnesota. Oh my God!
Vikings and Bills fans.
Oh man,
0-4, man, guys. They got a lot of legendary players, don't they?
Hey, I know Viking fans that could not stand the fact they play indoors. They felt that they lost their edge when they played indoors. But again, we probably wouldn't have all these receivers would want to play over there either. It'd be back to run and pound, a ground and pound game. But it works in Green Bay though, but no doubt there. But yeah, interesting there here when we get into some of the playoff games, guys. So hit like, subscribe. Really appreciate that. I did have Seattle money line, so that came in because by the time I put my premium play, it had been Seattle minus, and now I'll take the money line here because you never know with these games. And Seattle played it right. They lost their first meeting, so they had to win the game. A tie would be just like a loss for the Seahawks in that spot. They had to go, and remarkable that they get the 3 touchdowns. And the thing, if you're a Ram fan, boy, they get all 3 2-point conversions. That is just absolute brutal there, in that one, no doubt. There, Ellen Page back in the day. There, Fred Cox, the Nerf football boy. Cox was a field goal kicker there. I don't know how he was able to kick there in Minnesota with those frozen fields. Alan Page, there was another one there. All right, let's get to the games, guys. We'll start here. College football, the 3 college football games, 2 bowls and 1 playoff. Kennesaw State and Western Michigan. We see Western Michigan 3. There's some 3s with juice out there. Total 47.5 there, but there's a 46 right now over at Chris. Memphis and NC State here. It is NC State here 3.5. Total 56.5. Memphis head coach takes a job, I believe, at Arkansas. I'm surprised how losing the 3 in a row. How we got a job is just amazing. Here's your playoff game: Alabama at Oklahoma. Oklahoma won 1.5. Total sits here at 41. There are some 40.5s out there in this one. We'll take a look at the weather. Western Michigan, Kennesaw State. We're looking at 60-degree weather, 17-mile-per-hour wind. NC State, Memphis, 75 degrees, 10-mile-per-hour wind. In Oklahoma tonight, 54 degrees, 17-mile-per-hour wind. So a little bit of wind, but no precipitation. Pretty decent temperatures for football, especially here in the late fall. A few days away before winter hits officially. So we got to start here with Alessandro.
I'll give you all 3 games here, what I like in them. Kennesaw State, Western Michigan. Both defenses are top, defenses, Conference USA-wise for Kennesaw State. First or second-rate defense in that conference. And then, obviously, Western Michigan here, the MAC champions, 13th in the nation in points allowed, 18 points per game. I think this is a defensive-type game. 2 quarterbacks should be playing, Brock Lowry, Amari Odom. A little bit dual threats. Lowry more of the heavy quarterback runner. I expect Western Michigan to use that run game, leaning on that defense. I'll take under 47 in this one. And then Memphis, NC State. I'm seeing both quarterbacks supposed to go in this one as well. A nice quarterback matchup here. Brendan Lewis, CJ Bailey. Expect tons of offense in this one. I'll take the over 57 in this one. I do like an NC State to get this done. I think they cover the 3.5 in an over type game, probably win by a couple possessions. And then I'll go with Bama here. They get the revenge here on the road against Oklahoma in Norman. Tough task. They lost already this season to Oklahoma. I just feel like better weapons on the outside. I trust Ty Simpson a little bit more than a John Mateer, first year on big major college football SEC level. Stepping up from Washington State, just not in love with him. I just think at the end of the day, this is a defensive type game, and you're going to need the better weapons to just make 1 or 2 big plays. I think Bama does that. Just a stat for you guys, and then I'll let Jorge finish it off here. 13 out of the last 14 SEC matchups for Alabama has gone under the total. Obviously, we're sitting with a total at 40-41. I think it's a defensive game. I'll just leave it at that.
There you go with Alessandro. Move on over to Jorge.
Yeah, Kennesaw State and Western Michigan, I agree on the total on that one. Kennesaw State fell off there a little bit at the end of their season, though. They had 3 games where they gave up 30 points and above, but they tightened it up in the championship game. If it had been any other team from the MAC, Toledo or somebody who could air it out, I'd be a little concerned, but actually Kennesaw's strength is stopping the run, and that's all Western Michigan wants to do. But you know what? Western Michigan lost 3 straight games, came back, and won the MAC. I've been watching them win the MAC. I picked them quite a bit all the way through to the end. And, man, they hold the ball for 32 minutes per game and play solid defense. And, again, this is one of those ball games where most of the players are back. That total's coming down quick. I bet Chris already at 46. That'll tell you where the big boys and the sharp money is, as opposed to, these DraftKings and all that. That's pretty much Square Kingdom. Square Kingdom if you want to see where plays go. So when you see some of these other guys and some of these offshore old school crews moving money, you can kind of Pinnacle, bet Chris, catch them early, catch them late. That's where some of the syndicates will let those guys bet. These square houses are not letting anyone that bets a move off a square house needs to have their head checked. There's no way in the world that those are the big guys of the world out there. So I agree with him on that one. That Memphis NC State game, man, that's a tough one to call. I mean, we want to call it a toss-up. I mean, I would say moneyline dog on this if the coach was there. Losing 3 in a row at the end. I mean, he's still a really good coach. I mean, he's done a great job in Memphis. Brandon Lewis is banged up after, the beginning of the season. He came over from Reno. He's a stud. He's really good. And NC State secondary sucks. So it's real hard to put anything on that one. I mean, if Brandon Lewis wants to go off and showcase himself, again, we were talking about quarterbacks before I got out here, the transfer for programs, he could, so slight lean on that one to the over. And Oklahoma and Alabama, I've always wanted to try to tackle the unders with this, and I don't necessarily disagree with Alessandro, but when they get too close that way or they get too tough, it comes down to turnovers, and then it comes down to who can isolate one-on-one, and they go for those deep shots. Yeah. And they quickly could turn into, hey, which NFL player are we going to use against their NFL player? So just a little caution there. I wish that number was higher. I am leaning towards Alabama, as well. The exact same thing. I trust their quarterback a little bit more. And just the overall depth. But you know what? Oklahoma, probably the most underrated team in the SEC this year, man. No one was chiming about, hey, they were getting into the playoffs and all that. I'd love to see someone who said that during the preseason. I don't think we could find anybody outside some Sooner Homer fans. Yeah. So unfortunately, sorry, Charlie, they're not the dog.
Their head coach was on the hot seat too coming in.
Yeah, right. So a great season for them. Close game, man. That's just a close game.
Yeah, from Jorge. Yeah. So they're saying Kennesaw State has won 10 of 11 there. No doubt they've been playing well. So is Western Michigan. They've been playing good football. I'll look for them. I like their run game. They've averaged 300 yards rushing here over their past 3 games, averaging 5.5 yards a carry. But you look at the Owls away from home, 216 yards rushing per game, 5.2 yards a carry. Can only look here at this Western Michigan game because, the run game has been very strong, and so has been that defense. No doubt about that. I'll look at
bro. All right, Conference USA, Sunbelt.
Conference USA, Sunbelt. Yeah, pretty much what you got here. Conference USA against the MAC here. Memphis, NC State. I agree with Alessandro. I like NC State here. This Memphis team just blew it, man. You gotta wonder what's going through their mind. There was, that when you have 2 group of 5s in the playoff, you would have thought at the season started, no doubt Memphis is going to be there. But this team absolutely choked them. They choked big time. Also, how the hell do you lose the UAB? I mean, I see that result, and I'm just like, to me, that was a playoff eliminator. Look, I was a Brendan Lewis fan in Nevada because the line was really impacted when he played or not. But he always gets hurt in Nevada, so he's that running style quarterback who showed some accuracy. But NC State here, I got to look at them in this one. Silverwood took the job at Arkansas. Again, I'm scratching my head. You lose the UAB and then you lose 3 straight. How the hell do you get a job like this? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Yeah, we got a few running. We got NC State has a running back and tight end opting out, but no head coach. You choked away the season. I just got to you got to wonder what's going through Memphis's head right now because they just blew their season in November. I got to look at NC State. I just can't see how Memphis is going to get up for this playoff game when you have two group of 5 teams
if I
in the
recall,
playoffs.
prior to Memphis losing all those games, besides Lewis getting hurt, I think a third of their starters on defense went out. So they gave up a lot of points in those games. And a lot of people try to say, oh, injuries don't matter. They got to play the game. My ass, it doesn't matter. It matters for the whole season, and it especially matters in game. Everyone wants to do their post review on how good or bad the teams do, and they never bring up how many guys came out of the game hurt. The sick report that we use, Tony, is the only credible source of injuries that actually puts out the report during the game who got hurt during the game. That's usually the biggest, especially in the NFL, the biggest factor. If any unit loses a guy or two when they're injured during the game, that they come out, we don't see them come back in. That's huge, man. That's absolutely huge. So again, a lot of those guys out, some are in, but just in defense, the guy's a good coach. I mean, I'm not going to bash him on a coach on that, but NC State. I mean, and from a bigger conference too, right? ACC is higher.
ACC, and they beat a couple bowl teams there in Georgia. Georgia Tech they beat. They also beat Virginia early in the season when Virginia was just smacking everybody. But although they did lose some games too in that conference.
Like I said, I'd lean over first just because the defenses are kind of
I got to wonder. Yeah, like I said, again. If you're a Memphis player, you got to wonder what's going through their head. Yeah, I know the numbers totals low. It's like playing pocket jacks when you play unders, but especially this low, I got to go under here. Again, this has a look of a tight playoff defensive grind here. Alabama on the road, not their running game here, just 3.3 yards a carry.
They might throw, huh?
Yeah, they might throw, but I don't know. Simpson, he likes to throw to opposing players, though. That's the problem, I hope he does that in the red zone.
My Alabama quarterback sucks. Is that your neck? Is that your?
Well, I'm just saying that he may not be the best quarterback they had in years. He's not a McCarron or any of the other guys. Some of the guys they had back in the day.
Still only his first year starting.
Still his first year starter.
He had a bad game or two. Wasn't he a Heisman candidate up before that?
Oh yeah.
Well, you look at Alabama's line. And I will say this, credit to Simpson. This is probably the worst running team I've seen for Game in years. If you look at this is the worst. And with Saban, they were gaining 5 yards a carry, 4.5 yards a carry. The run game sucks.
They don't get under center as much. That's the main thing. You're running a lot out of shotgun, and I don't know. If you want to be a smash mouth team a little bit, you got to get under center, not be scared to go single back, ace formations, but whatever.
And that's what opened up under Saban. That's what opened up plays. Is that he'd run the ball, and catch the safety. Those safeties, they don't like tackling. I'll tell you right now, or those corners, they don't like tackling. But when you run that play action, you get those big plays. Remember the run would set up the pass, but when you can't run, you can't set up the pass. That's the thing here with Alabama. That's why I'll go under is again, and of course Oklahoma. What do they do really good? Look at the last 10 games. They're stopping the run. So again, I just think a defensive grind here in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony S'mores Show as move on over to the NBA. I know we have Jorge here. I'm surprised, Jorge. I know with all this sports overlap, there hasn't been a whole lot of talk with what LeBron James has been getting away with. But if you saw the Phoenix game, you saw the Houston game, LeBron James has been getting away with some, I don't want to use some bad, all that comes to mind is some curse words. I don't want to use them, but he's gotten away with a lot of chippy play out there, and he's been getting away with it. And I don't know if it's his years in the league. He knows what he can get away with. He grabbed a ref. He poked our man Dylan Brooks and got away with it.
Brooks should have busted him in the mouth.
He saw that. Oh, so you saw that. So yeah, he's been getting away with some.
90s, he'd have got busted in the mouth.
I mean, they stole the game against Phoenix. There's no doubt about that. They stole that game, and he's been getting away with some stuff there. And he choked the ref. I mean, he put his arm, and nothing happened to him. I don't know, man. We both like the Lakers.
He's going to get it this year.
Yeah, but I don't know. He's
just push the envelope on somebody, and everyone's going to love it. The media will go absolutely crazy. You know what? And the league's going to be better when he's gone. The Lakers. So imagine this: take away his money, take away his kid's contract, combine them two, and the Lakers would have two veterans who could want to play, and will play defense. They'd be challenging the Thunder right now.
Yep. They would be, no doubt about that. But again, that the defense absolutely sucks. So
Because he don't play defense. Did you see why? Does anyone ever really know why they got rid of Kuzma, who was a great player?
Oh, that goes
Kuzma
back.
would put his hand in LeBron's middle back. Google it and shove his ass all the way out to the guard or the perimeter. You've never seen that in the NBA. He did it several times. LeBron James, he'll play defense when he wants to on breakaways and all that, but getting in a guy's face, denying the pass, you never see LeBron out there denying a pass to a player. Kuzma would push his ass all the way out to the perimeter.
That might have been some maturity issues there with they never stuck with those young guys, the Lakers. They always wanted veteran guys.
As a youngster, I was like, get your ass out there and hold him. That's the only reason they traded him. But here's the problem.
Well, the Lakers ran like a 70s and 80s team. They wouldn't play the young guys.
LeBron actually behaved the best he's ever behaved as a pro last year. He admitted his age, did what he could. He was out there playing. Actually, Luka came in under a shitstorm crowd, a fat ass, didn't play defense, always hurt because he's out of shape. And LeBron took him under his wing, and Luka took it to heart. He took it to heart so much, he started playing my sport, pickleball, and got into great shape, lost all the weight, came in the same shape, but with the killer attitude that LeBron does not have. And the rest of the Lakers are all circling him around it. And now he's going back to being the pouty bitch he's always been. So, and now he's just going to ruin it the whole end of the year. But the Lakers are being smart for one very good reason is he's built up his best friend to be one of the biggest agents in the league. He'll blackball players from coming to the Lakers. So they let it. At first I was like, why did they let him have the money? I got Laker fans. I go at it. I mess with them all the time, or they send me stuff. At first I was like, why did the Lakers, give him the money after doing Luka? And you got to remember, for LeBron's biggest myth in his whole NBA career is they did not tell him they were trading for Luka.
Davis.
They knew why, because they would have tried to stop it. Because I was one.
Well, there was probably a sale going on too.
So that dude was a brilliant move. I didn't like, I didn't like it. Kobe's agent, when they first brought him on, but I got to tell you, I give kudos to him. He negotiated his contracts all the way through, and he's the first one to stop LeBron from shitting all over a team when he leaves. Contracts, money, the players he wanted there.
Well, like I said, the Lakers were a mom and pop show, so obviously the LeBron saw the weakness in ownership. And Lakers are now owned. Now it's a new.
He's gone. I
think the Lakers are a better team with the sale. I think the sale is what the difference is. You got some people that know how to run businesses, run organizations. Tell me what other revenue stream did Jeannie Buss have? She didn't have anything. She ran foreign boxing. She ran the indoor soccer league. She ran. What did she run? She ran some other things that folded, but she didn't do a whole lot in there. What I'm saying. So. But anyway, Lakers now are run more professionally than a mom and pop's shop, which they were before. Lousy scout. I mean, the scouting department was bad even in the when you go back to the Phil Jackson days. I remember when Kurt Rambis would come on my buddy's radio show in LA, he would have just complained vehemently how bad the Lakers scouting department was. Rambis would be like the guy. He would be the mouthpiece for Phil Jackson because he would do the radio. He would do all the radio interviews because Phil Jackson didn't like to do that. So Kurt Rambis was the guy. So we got to know. So my buddies in radio got to know him very well.
In the chat, if anyone thinks that Jake Paul fight's not fixed, that he's not going to win, they're out of their mind.
I don't actually. Yeah, I don't see if the fight's not fixed. There's no way he's winning the fight. If the fight's not fixed,
no.
That's all I'm saying.
You know why they get rid of Devontae? Because Devontae's crazy. Devontae wasn't going to play that. He's got money. He's got talent. He was going to knock the shit out of Paul. And you can tell from his post game, he's a nut. He's in Florida.
Has Joshua gotten his chin tested a couple times? Obviously, the Ruiz fight, a couple other fights, but no way. Just no way. I'll never watch boxing again. So that's basically where I'm at. I say that I'll still watch boxing. You guys know I love combat sports, but no way he gets it done. Joshua's literally almost 6-7 inches taller than him as well.
That shit's worse than
40, 50 pounds bigger. His actual weight is all muscle. Jake's still a little flabby sometimes. And yeah, he's on a lot of performance enhancements as well, Jake. No way.
It's not sanctioned, so he can use that stuff, right? There's no testing.
He can just hit him body shots and cripple his ass for 8 rounds. I think you have to hit him in the head.
I think Gervonta could have taken out Jake Paul. Imagine what a heavyweight Anthony Joshua should be able to do to him. That's the way I look at it.
Is it tonight? I lost track. They're going tonight. There's a fight.
They are going tonight.
All right.
I refuse to watch. I'll watch real fights.
Watch it either.
Box wrestling. You gonna watch box wrestling? You guys want to watch? That's what's what we call box wrestling, wrestle box. So I got WrestleBox. Got to come up with some name when you combine wrestling and boxing together.
Scipio saying it's going the distance. More than likely, it is going the distance.
Oh, yeah.
A glorified sparring match, essentially.
So how fast do you get out of form when you retire? How fast can you just become like, you lose a lot? How much of your skill do you lose when you retire?
Yeah, you don't use it, you lose it pretty much.
Yeah, you need
goes
your
down
time.
fast.
It's like any sport. You got to have your time. You got to be getting hit every day.
When it comes to like the grappling aspect, like this isn't MMA, this is boxing. But in MMA, I mean, the grappling is always going to be there. It's kind of like riding a bike once you get back into the flow of things. But the striking and the like needing to be athletic in and out movement, that comes with years of
footwork
training. Yeah, the footwork aspect of it.
Yeah.
You lose that bounce in your feet. It's I don't know. You're not as springy. You're not as quick in there. It's the way I look at it.
And conditioning. You get in the ring.
Oh,
you don't know
the conditioning.
You don't know. I was only 7 years old when I went into a boxing gym as a kid. Back when they let it do. Back in the day, we had a friend who was a ref who had a gym across about a block away, and I just tried it for 1 month. I was sparring one time, and I said, "Man, I've never been so tired in my life, man. I don't realize how much energy it takes to fight 3 minutes."
Oh man, shit! Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's a lot, man. It's hard.
Let's cheer Patrick up here. He's wanting some picks, Mr. Patrick Barnett. We'll get you some picks, Patrick. Don't worry.
We're giving you a pick on this fight tonight. Big Jake Paul, you get
don't bet it.
That's all right. Says don't bet it.
Yeah, it's gimmicky as all hell. I get it. They want us to talk about something else.
All right, so we got you. We got the fight out of the way. Hey, we answered the chat guy, and we do that at the end of the block. So we go to NBA here. Let's knock them out in one here. We got Jorge's Heat on the road against the Celtics. We got the Celtics 6.5, total 231. Sixers and Knicks. It's the Knicks here, 4 on a back-to-back, 4.5 in some spots, total 229. A lot of rest for the Sixers here. Bulls and Cavaliers again. We just saw this a few days ago. It's the Cavs 7.5 here again. Burning money, these Cavs, total 240.5. Spurs and Hawks. We got 2 back-to-backers here. Spurs now up to 2.5, 3 on the road, total 240. The 2s are gone. Thunder on the back-to-back against the rest of the Timberwolves team. Thunder here, 7.5. There's some few 8s lingering. Total 231.5. We'll look at the injury reports here for these games. For Miami, Jovic and Rozier out. Larson doubtful. Hero is questionable for the Boston team. Tatum still shows up because he's not ruled out for the year. We'll see how that rolls here. Minute and Hauser are probable. Sixers and Knicks. Oubre, Watford out. Embiid will be questionable for the Knicks. No McBride, no Robinson, no Shamet. Hart and Towns are both questionable. Remember, the Knicks have played a lot of games. Actually, a third game in 4 nights as well. But they didn't have They had a lot of break time in Vegas too. They had 2 days off there in between the semis and finals. Spurs and Atlanta, both teams coming off back to back. So keep an eye on this throughout the day. Spurs still showing a clean injury report here. There, Atlanta just Porzingis out. So Trae Young may see action. And let me see the story here on Trae Young because he is not on the list. He did dish 10 dimes in his return. He returned yesterday, believe it or not. So did show some rust. We'll see if they're cautious with him, what they'll do. But so far, not on the injury report is Trae Young. But come off an injury, you got to wonder if he comes back, or maybe even it matters for some of you guys. Bulls and Cavs, Desonmu and Jones questionable. Zach Collins is probable. On the Cleveland side, no Merrill, no Mobley, no Nance, no Strus. Mitchell is questionable, and Mitchell is coming up in some trade talks. There. So we'll see what's going on there with Mitchell. Not happy. Some people say it's a bunch of bull, but we're in training season now in the NBA because these guys make moves early before the trading deadline in February. Is it January or February? I think it's January, isn't it? Yeah, January, right? So we get the trading deadline. But already talks about that. So here we go. We'll start here with Alessandro.
All right, I'll start with the first game, Miami and Boston. I am seeing Hero as questionable. 6 straight unders for Miami. So this run and gun style is starting to not happen pretty much. It could be the total being inflated. Last night's total, 227 against the Nets. We got the under there. I could see some defense being played here in this matchup versus Boston. I don't know if I want to lay 6.5. It could still be a tight contest. There's still pieces on this Heat squad. I would lean under 231 here, Miami and Boston. I don't know if I want to go to the Knicks here. Just been playing a lot of basketball recently, and obviously a back-to-back spot here. barely eked it out against the Pacers. I would be a lean here to the 76ers. I would like a Quentin Grimes props as well. He's the little 6-man off the bench. Obviously, a Jared McCain, too, can come off the bench, put some points up. I like the Sixers here in this spot. I'll grab the 4.5. Spurs in Atlanta is a tricky game, man. Waiting on injury reports. I still see Wembanyama expected to play. I don't know if I can trust it. I would lean Spurs still. I mean, I know it's a tough, tricky spot. You're having to lay some points on the road. Hawks at home, getting points normally is the way to be. I think Hawks have plenty enough pieces to compete with this Spurs team, but just Wembanyama, if he plays full go, I got to lean the Spurs there, -2.5. Bulls and Cleveland, I'll be quick with that. Why not just run it right back with Chicago? You're getting 7.5 points. I think they can at least cover that. Obviously, they won outright last time. I think they can get it done here. And then Thunder and Timberwolves. Yeah, I lean Timberwolves. Even I don't know about even without Ant. I would want Ant in before I make this bet, especially against a Thunder squad. But, Timberwolves covered last time. That game did get away from them there at the end, but it was close whole entire game. Moneyline was live. Moneyline's live here again if Ant Edwards plays.
There with Alessandro. Questionable status for Edwards with that foot soreness. Conley out for Minnesota. Topic here out for OKC. Hartenstein questionable, and the bad Jalen Williams questionable there. The good ones playing there. Over to Jorge.
Yeah, the Knicks have been balling, man. It's they've been on a roll for a while there. Definitely leave that as a premium pick on that one. Just don't see much defense on this. That 230 has become a very difficult number. I remember back in the day it was 200 and then 210. Now it's 230. They need to make some rule changes, let these guys play some defense. But that being said, going to stay away from that one. I don't like the number. If anything, might take the lean to the over. They're not playing any defense yet. 6.5 on a key number with Miami and Boston. That gets a little bit tougher. Boston's hit or miss, but I got to say the coach has done a fantastic job this year. Can't knock him. 7-3 right now. Definitely don't want to lay 6.5 with anybody. Just because a late three being down by 10, 9 points, and all of a sudden you're covered. So it's pretty tricky. If anything, you want to get that under 5.5, 6 at the latest. Bulls don't want to play in the defense, and neither does Cleveland. Cleveland, big disappointment. Donovan Mitchell makes a great shoe, by the way. I love his basketball shoe. His USA Olympic shoe for Adidas. But, can't lay 7 with Cleveland, anybody, but that's just a lean. And Atlanta, kind of hard to figure those guys out there. They're doing their best without Young. But I will say this, and it may not apply to the Spurs because they came into Las Vegas. They weren't distracted. They played extremely well. Atlanta has more strip clubs within a circumference couple miles than any other stadium in the NBA. People want to wonder why real good teams go in there and they should beat them and they end up losing outright. It's because they're out having a good time. So Atlanta has a little bit of an advantage there. They don't even have to get in a car, Uber, nothing. They can walk.
Just look at the NBA schedule. When you see the road trips start in Miami, go to Atlanta, and go to Houston, you know it's a fade there.
Oh, no, Texas Triangle, Dallas too, but Atlanta, they're all walking distance, dude. It's a lot of trouble. Actually, one of the famous coaches here, he got kicked out and finally got fired because they caught him in the Mirage with one of the owners of several strip clubs from Atlanta. They cut him out. So, it's hard to lay points to the team going into Atlanta.
Can be tough there, yeah. I'm going to look at the under here again with Cleveland and Chicago here. It's a shooting's been bad here. The problem with this Cavs team, they just can't shoot the ball. 44% over the past month, 29% from three. Look at Chicago, can't make threes over the past 2 weeks. Cavs have gone under in 3 of 4. Bulls in 7 of 9. Again, shooting bad for both teams. I like the under in that one. I'll look at the Spurs. They have enough depth here to get it done. The Hawks defense has kind of gone sour here. Let me take a look at the past 2 weeks. The Hawks giving up 50% shooting, 43% from three. So these are the Hawks that we know and love that can't play defense. So give me the Spurs in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show as we'll turn our attention over to college hoops. What we do this time of the year, we ask the cappers, just give us what you got. We'll get into the blocks once we get into late December, early January when we got through most of college football. So we'll just give us what you got in college hoops. We'll start here with Alessandro.
Oh, man, 1 second. Let me pull these games up. I'm not actually on a lot today. It was a pretty small slate. The one I was looking at to go square, BYU Abilene Christian over 144. I'm expecting this to move. It's probably moved already. I just think BYU can get to 100 against this Abilene Christian squad. We just need them to get to about 50, here in this one. So, yeah, I like the over 144 BYU Abilene Christian. Stay away from the giant spread. I was kind of looking Cal Poly's way. I don't know if I want to step in front of this UCLA team. They made me look bad the other night there against Arizona State. Sky Clark is playing well. 6 for 10 from 3 the other night against Arizona, still shooting around 50% from 3. If you think he's going to shoot 50% from 3 by February, March, go ahead, but I don't think he is. Eventually, that negative progression is going to come in. A Cal Poly team does want to get up and try to press. That might not be the move here against a UCLA team, but 26 is getting a lot here. I'll take Cal Poly. And that was about it. Not a lot I like in this small slate today.
Yeah, from Alessandro on over to Jorge.
Got an interesting, looks like back-to-back. I'll take it back. No, it was back-to-back. They're just coming off beating LMU, but UC San Diego, they got a solid basketball team down there. They did lose Long Beach State recently, but they're playing pretty solid. They're going up against USD. That is a very small town rival, and they got a good basketball team down there, man. I watched them play out here last year with some of these conference games. They kind of fly under the radar. They can almost beat anybody. They're kind of like that David Goliath team. I think they're going to beat up on that University of San Diego team.
Lavin's Toreros, right? Boy, that team is just going to.
Yeah, they could ball.
A WCC team needs to be the opposite way. WCC against the Big West. You would like
they got
WCC.
Sorry to interrupt. They got the New Mexico coach now, though, right? UC San Diego. They got that new coach in.
Yeah,
a little bit of a different system, but they've been rolling right along still. Yeah.
Yeah,
He changed it up a whole lot.
Right. He didn't need to.
Right.
No, that program came out of a very small school there in this Catholic school there, but it's by the golf courses. It's by right near the what's that golf course, that famous one there in San Diego? Oh man, the name escapes me. It's right by the golf course there. So maybe they're getting some NIL money. I don't know the situation there, but some of you guys in the chat know what I'm talking about. Some golfers out there, that famous golf course in San Diego where they go out there and play. But anyway, I'll tell you what I think about some of these games here. I'll lay it with Providence at home. Here in this one, Providence, a really good shooting team, good inside shooting team at 58%, secure the basketball. They make their free throws 79%. That's what I'm looking for here, especially in these conference games. At home, a good shooting team at 54%. Look at Providence here to get it done against Seton Hall, a team that struggles from 3 and on the defensive glass. Also look at Wisconsin at home. I know they just got clobbered on the road here. And we see that a lot of time in the Big Ten where they get teams get clobbered on the road, come back home and bounce back. I look for a bounce back spot here for Wisconsin to get it done. This game will be played in Milwaukee. It is not a true Torrey Pines there. That's what I was trying to get to there. That's where the UC San Diego is set up there, Torrey Pines. Again, a bounce back spot here for Wisconsin. They've played well in their home state, winning all 6 games. As I said, this game will be played in Milwaukee, and they've defended well in recent games against Marquette and Northwestern here. Villanova, not a good three-point shooting team. They gave up 38% from 3, and neutral courts just 29% from beyond the arc. I'll look at Wisconsin there. Give me Belmont to go to Cal Irvine and get it done. UC Irvine, 316th in the nation in effective field goal shooting, just 32% from 3, but 45% inside. A team that is weak on the glass as well. But man, this Belmont team can shoot the ball very well. 40% from 3, 62% inside, and they can defend. I'll take this Belmont team plus. Was it still plus 1.5? Let me see where that was at. It's now plus 2 in some places. All right, give me Belmont going against me in this market there. But I don't think this Big West, other than UC San Diego, some of these Big West numbers have been brutal this year. These teams just can't shoot. The Riversides, the Long Beaches, the Pepperdines. I mean, Northridge. This is about the worst I've ever seen the Big West. You ever say, Alessandro?
Pepperdine getting that hook last night. They wound up covering the 3.5. Man, I would have been all over Long Beach State. I would have been all over it. So how it rolls. But those Big
They
West
miss
teams.
Monson is back in Eastern. He's over in Eastern Washington now. Played tough early on, but I think they've been pounded a little bit. So there. All right.
Yeah, Kelly, you got to watch it, man. It doesn't matter how good they are. They're all so close to each other, those schools. It's rivalry time. So sometimes you got to be careful. It don't matter. Stats don't matter. Records don't matter.
Home courts don't matter. It's all
got to be careful laying points with those teams.
Yeah,
it's always been that way.
Yeah, they're all close with the Long Beach, your Irvines, your
all of them. They're right there, down the freeway from each other.
Yep, down the freeway, no doubt, along the beach too. So there are some distractions there, being located in those situations there. Marymount belongs to the Big West, by the way. They don't belong in the WCC. They need to be demoted. They're a horrible team. There. All right, we got you through our basketball. Before we get to the hockey, this is what Jorge does an exit stage right. Jorge, let everybody know what you got for sale over at Tony's Mix. You're having a great year in college hoops.
Yep. I'm taking it easy in college hoops, like I promised. It's just too much to digest, but I will definitely keep that up. I'll look for a game later today. I got the early bowl game up right now. I'm going to work on the rest of them. But that's about it, guys. Trying to win one more game than I lose every day. That's always the goal. And go 2 for 1. I'm sure between Alessandro and myself, we'll have a good weekend between the sports.
That's right, guys. Got boy with Jorge over at Tony Speaks. Early bowl game winner up there. More coming up from Jorge. Profit guarantee, the most general profit or amount purchase will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. Get about with Jorge over at Tony Speaks. Link in the description and get signed up. 2 for 1 cap promotion as well. You can match Jorge up with your favorite capper over there. All right, Jorge, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you soon.
All right, guys, take it easy.
You got it, Jorge, here on the Tony Speaks Morning Show. We'll continue on. Move on over to the ice. We're still looking for a pair of skates for Jorge and for Solo out there. So it's Christmas time. You can send them some skates if you guys want to get some Solo and Jorge a present. There we go. Hockey today, a Friday card. Usually the light cards because you got those big Saturday games. We got a lot. 5 for a Saturday here. Here we go. Or for a Friday, I should say. Hurricanes, Panthers. It's the Hurricanes, $1.30 total of 6. Canucks at Islanders. It's the Islanders, $1.40 total 5.5. Devils at Mammoth. Mammoth home here with a -135 tag, total 5.5. Jets at Avalanche. It's the Avs, $2.40 here, total of 6. And your late night game, Stars at Ducks. The Stars road favorites of -112, total 6.5 over to Alessandro.
Well, I'll start with those 2 favorites, Avalanche and Stars. I'm going to, instead of trying to get to chase some plus money there. Obviously, I'm not going to blame anybody trying to find some value, but I just think the better teams get it done here. Stars on a back-to-back spot against the Ducks. So, it makes sense to try to get this plus money. I just think, again, better team here against this Duck squad. Same thing with the Avalanche. Don't like the Jets the way they're currently playing. Hellebuck is back now. We saw them drop it there to the Blues. I don't know how much offense they're going to get out of this Winnipeg Jets squad here. I just like the Avalanche and Stars, 2 favorites. But I do like the Hurricanes, another favorite on the road against the Panthers, and what is a tricky game. Both teams kind of playing pretty good hockey right now. The only thing is 1-4 last 5 meetings in Florida for this Carolina squad. I think they're right there wrong. If you look a little bit at the injuries, they only got like 3 guys on the injury report, about 8 or 9 guys on the injury report for, the Panthers. And then Bobrovsky's supposed to be in net tonight, around an 87% save percentage or 88% save percentage. Just not in love with the goalkeeping that we're going to get from the Panthers tonight. So Hurricane-wise, it's Hurricanes, Jets, Stars. The Devils Mammoth game is a tricky one as well. Mammoth coming back from the East Coast. Devils have been waiting on them there. They got the outright win against the Golden Knights the other night, but they haven't been scoring goals either. They've been struggling to score. The Devils here still would lean them and leaning under in this Mammoth game here. Just think they catch the Mammoth coming back home first night back. And then I'm going Canuck dance here against the Islanders. Just not in love with this Islanders team. It's 4-1. If you look, Vancouver in their last 5 meetings against the Islanders, Vancouver's 4-1. Vancouver obviously not playing good hockey as of late, 5-12 straight up in their last 17 games. I think they step up, though, get a little bit of medicine, strangely enough, against a good Islanders team. They just happen to play well against them. Like I said, 4-1 last 5 meetings. Give me the Canucks and you get plus money.
There from Alessandro. All right, we got you through our hockey for today. Got you through our sports coverage. Now it's time for our Parlay Purple segment where our Cappers give it a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. They make the call here. We go back to Alessandro.
So you can sleazeball parlay the Stars and Avalanche if you like that. Parlay wise today, I'm going real straight bets today, guys. I would maybe under Western Michigan, Kennesaw State, under Bama, Oklahoma. Those two games, I both like those going under. So there's a couple parlays for you guys.
There you go from Alessandro. I'll give you my parlay here. I like the and this one, like the under in Bulls and Cavaliers. I like the Spurs, and in college basketball, the game that I like here from college hoops will be on Wisconsin there. All right, we got you through our Parlay Purple segment. Now it's time to see what our Cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. Heading to a big weekend of action. College football playoffs are here. NFL, a big card, all 16 teams. We should have all 32 teams in action here, so we still have another 15 games on the board. Massive cards from college basketball, NBA as well. Link in the description will take you right over to our site at tonyspicks.com. Get on over there. Now, these records are based on $100 unit wager size there. So $100 unit wager size is based on our records. Sando's been smashing it right now over in the NFL. All plays documented over on our site, so you guys can verify those records just heading on over to our Cappers page. Select your favorite Capper. Click their link, and you'll get right on over to the page, get their premium plays, and take a look at the records. And I also want to say that we added a feature here that you can see every write-up on every pick once they've gone final. And once they've been graded, you can see every play here, write-ups. So you'll look at our Cappers. You're going to see the write-ups on every play they make. So there you go. But Alessandro been cranking it right now in the NFL. What do you have for sale today?
I have an NBA best bet. I have a hockey best bet, and then I have a bowl game best bet. Long-term guys at 3 days and 7 days. You see some other plays as well. I have in up to 7 plays today. A little bit of volume here going into the weekend. I like this a lot, this slate, so ready to get into it. Not college basketball. Don't like college basketball today, but I will like college basketball, obviously the big Saturday cards. So now's the time to hop on a 3-day weekend pass, maybe even a 7-day. But yeah, plenty better value there. Of course, use the 2-for-1 Capper promotion and Tony T discount code at checkout gets you 15% off. But yes, check out me and the other Cappers on this site. Everybody putting in good work right now.
That's right, guys. Yeah, well, Alessandro over at Tony's Picks. Best bets on the board right now from Alessandro. Play the days. Of course, remember all the one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit or amount purchased will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. Not on the long-term subscriptions, because you save quite a bit of money with the long-term subscriptions, especially when you add that Tony T promo code for 15% off. You guys love that 3-day pass here on the weekends. Of course, with all the sports overlapping, no better time to get that 3-day pass. Of course, all of our long-term subscriptions include late Steam plays, where our Cappers can find plays late in the betting cycle and get them to you. Matter of fact, our member plays are in by 11 a.m. Eastern time. Then we look for plays throughout the day and night. And then we send you the late Steam plays via email. When we put plays in between 10 minutes and 2 hours of our game time, those go right to your email box. And, of course, also props are also included on all long-term subscriptions at no extra charge. We have automated our prop system for the major sports right now, I should say, in NFL, in NBA, as well as NHL. So any props are also included on all long-term subscriptions. And our 2-for-1 Capper promotion, you can add match Alessandro with your favorite Capper here with a 2-for-1 Capper promotion. So go ahead and get signed up. All right, guys, I have a best bet on the board for you right now. Come off a best bet winner for you with Seattle money line. So we'll look to continue that roll here as we move into the weekend with you here on Tony's Picks live show here every day here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Really helps us build up our audience when you guys do that. But head on over to our YouTube channel where we have lots of great content over on the site. Of course, you can watch the replay of all of our live shows. We have a ton of live shows up on the channel, including the one you're watching here. And then we also have, let's see, over to Tony's Picks. Go to Tony's Picks, and you'll land right on our homepage. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, of course, you'll be able to hit the subscribe button. Check out our playlist, because on our playlist is where you'll be able to follow the show. A lot of content there on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, hitting the playlist. And we'll put that up there for you guys right now to check out here on the playlist. You'll see here up on the board right now that you can see our compilation videos. I'm ready to roll here with college football, NBA, and college basketball. Alessandro in here with his college football picks predictions here coming in here. Props as well. Chris is with his hit list. Alessandro with some props for you today from college football. And, of course, moving on, NFL picks and previews up there. We got college football on our playlist as well. You can just scroll and see all of our college football picks. Ready to roll here with this big card, so check it out here on our playlist. NBA playlist. Got all the games ready for you here to roll in that playlist. College basketball picks up there as well. Ramon's got his stuff today. Looks like Washington, Seattle, Seton Hall Province, Belmont, Irvine, Villanova game coming in, Tulsa, Western Michigan in there as well. So Ramon coming in, firing him, as well as myself with some college in there as well. NHL pick, got the card covered for you. Fight predictions will be in there. We'll get UFC back again, videos, shorts, and more. So lots of great content over on the Tony's YouTube channel. Live shows as well. Shorts up there is in the comment in the screen. Live show, hit the live tab. Watch a replay of our live show here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Night moves with Ramon and DeAndre, 3 a.m. Eastern time. We have the Look Ahead show. Get in front of those early line moves here with Alessandro, midnight Eastern time. Here is Sunday through Friday. And then we've got the happy hour with Rod. You'll see Ron Crawford. I hope Ron gets better. He's been under the weather a little bit. We got Brian in there as well. Daily Dangle is your NHL rundown from Rod at 1 p.m. Eastern time. All these shows are archived if you missed some lives there, so check them out. 5 live shows on the Tony Speaks YouTube channel. We have clips from a lot of those shows also in reels on our playlist. And, of course, you can watch the replays hitting that live tab. Of course, Alessandro, you get in front of those line moves with the Look Ahead show.
Absolutely. Look Ahead show. We try to give you lineup injury reports, try to get ahead of any line moves, and try to predict possibly where the line will end up, closing line value here. But like goalies, sometimes it's hard to give you guys the goalies the night before. A lot of them are unconfirmed. A lot of them still today, hockey-wise, the goalies are unconfirmed. The only one I see so far, Vancouver and New Orleans. Vancouver and New York, Thatcher Demko and Ilya Sorokin are both confirmed, but that's the only one I see. But I'll still try to give you angles there, recent history, head-to-head, and how these teams have been playing current form-wise, over-under trends as well on that Look Ahead show. Of course, we do have the Daily Dangle coming up here. Should be 1 p.m. On the East Coast, 10 p.m. here, or 10 a.m. on the West Coast for the Daily Dangle. You'll get more hockey there. Happy hour as well with the same guy. It'll be Rod, 3:30 there. 2:30 here on the West Coast, 5:30 on the East Coast for the happy hour. My show then comes on 9 p.m. on the West Coast. So like I said, the channel's flooded right now with content. Night Moves comes on right after there, DeAndre and Ramon. A lot to be excited about right now being a part of the Tony's Picks family. We thank each and every one of you guys. Like and subscribe. Every like, every subscription helps us get to that 100,000 subscriber mission.
Absolutely, guys. So, yeah, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Check out all of our live shows here. Look Ahead here with Alessandro, midnight Eastern time. Also clipped on the channel. Check the playlist to find a lot of the clip videos, or just watch the whole live shows. Also, you'll see them in simulcast format if you got a phone, or if you got the landscape laptop, desktop, or a tablet. If you see the little phone there, that means you'll get the phone view. So some of these, you guys can check that out that way. Give you the best viewing experience possible here on our live shows as we simulcast in both the landscape and the vertical format. So check it out there. Appreciate everyone's contributions here on the channel, as well as from you folks in the chat. We'll let's say hello. Thanks to everybody for joining us here. Alex, Andrew, always great to see you. CalDog 2 hour. I'm assuming you're ready for your Christmas vacation. There, you're probably working remote there. So CalDog, freedom is on the way. Enjoy your Christmas vacation. This is Friday. Some of you folks that probably will be seeing vacations if you work there in education. So good luck. Have a great vacation. Of course, out here, some folks have 2 weeks. Some folks have 3 weeks. Hope, CalDog, you're the one that gets the 3 weeks. I hope you get the 3 weeks off. We'll see how that rolls. All right, guys, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Thanks for joining us here on the Tony Morning Show. We're back tomorrow here. Again, do it all over again here, but we got 5 live shows here, guys. So check out our playlist, check out the live tabs, watch the replays of them all, and then catch them. Oh, yeah, she's got the 3 weeks. That's good. That's you got to like that. All right. I don't know if CalDog's get through the holidays, maybe enough time to make a trip to some sunny locations. We'll see. Some of the folks like to go out there, get in the sun that last week of vacation. All right. Any closing thoughts, Alessandro, before we close it out?
No, best of luck to everybody. Make today a winning day.
Let's make it a winning day, guys. Wake up, bye, guys. You're making a winning one. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony Six Morning Show.